Hi, I'm John the Verbose, and this video is the YouTube Pagan Challenge video for week 17 on what does this time of year mean to you, referring to Beltane. A tradition of mine is that every high day I will basically buzz my head, and that's my way of shedding the last high day off. And sometimes the breaker blows. But it's part of my personal spiritual cleansing, and I cast off everything that has happened since the last high day as a way of letting go of the past and trying to live in the here and now. Also, disclaimer, I am John the Verbose. I am a druid in the Reformed Druids of North America. I do not speak on behalf of all druids, nor do I speak on behalf of the Reformed Druids. Druidism is highly subjective, and these views are my own interpretations. And then I also do make druid robes and cloaks, mostly for my Grove members, and sometimes for other druid people who ask and provide the materials. But I do have an indoor altar, and so sometimes, weather depending, and if I can round up my grove of druids, I may settle for an indoor ritual. But one thing that's important for me with my personal altar at this time of year is that I like to clean my altar right before Beltane and right before Samhain. As you can see, it's a mess. My altar basically becomes a landing spot for everything that usually it's everything altar related. So I have my red and white ribbons. The red ribbon is for the summer half of the year, and the white ribbon is for the winter half of the year, and that is in the tradition of the Reformed Druids of North America. Also, my altar cloth, it is double-sided, though it does not have any particular color scheme that is in any way, shape, or form related to being a Reformed Druid. It is a natural velvet material. I don't know what natural velvet materials are made of, but I was told that it's not synthetic. So the velvet is like this burgundy on the side that you can see now, and on the other side it's like a kind of a forest green. And so I just use the burgundy side to symbolize the winter half of the year, and you can fill in the rest. And then that little crystal globe belonged to my grandmother. I believe it's Hungarian crystal. So it has a bit of an ancestral connection where it sits on my altar. And the altar itself is a bit of a family heirloom as well. I don't know how old it is. It was based on the way of the ends of the drawers. It has a nap joint, which places it pretty much exactly between the 1870s and the 1890s, when they stopped making nap joints. So, and then the red chalice, sometimes people ask me where I get the red chalice, and that is from the Vermont Country Store website. You can look up Mosser glass. Mosser is Mosser. It comes in that ruby red, it comes in a cobalt blue, and also in a deep green. And so they have several sizes available, and I think, is the red more expensive? One of them is more expensive because of the materials are different, that they have to get the glass the right color. And my altar, inside and out, is quite often the mess. So I keep some books on the inside, and some other things, and some seasonal things. And unfortunately, not all of my stuff actually fits into this tiny altar. So I like that it's small and it saves a lot of space, but I do need one that at least has one or two more bookshelves in it for my other books. And people ask about that skull. It is a raccoon skull. And so here I have my ribbons that I was ordained to the Third Order of the Reformed Druids. And so, of course, this time of year I put the red ribbon on the top of the white ribbon. And that is just spring water that I'm pouring into the red chalice. And we got a bit of whiskey. I can't remember if this is definitely from an older whiskey container. I don't remember if it's Jameson or if it is the Knot, which is actually a whiskey liqueur. That's something. And so this time of year, this is my stole, my ribbon, the large ribbon that I wear. At Beltane, we also reverse the white side for the red side. And that's usually done in the middle of the ritual, when we are certain that spring is finally here. Or the summer half of the year, as according to Reformed Druid tradition. So, now I'm having a moment. It is customary to dilute the whiskey. And so I did manage to round up my druids, and we had a little bonfire. In that first fire, it was the Reformed Druid sigil.
To thee, O Earth Mother, we return this, thy portion of thy bounty, even as we too must one day return to thee.
So here, we pour a libation of the whiskey onto the fire.
I always like that.
So anyway, that is, in a very small nutshell, what Beltane means to me as a Reformed Druid. So, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.